For decades now, generous donors from all around New England, the Midwest, Europe, and beyond have given to support the strengthening and planting of churches in Europe. Every church does it a little bit differently, but these funds are usually collected through an annual special missions contribution. Some churches use a percentage of those funds for local missions efforts, but the majority is entrusted to the EMS, the European Mission Society, for management and distribution.
2 Corinthians 8, verse 21 says this, "For we are taking pains to do what is right, not only in the eyes of the Lord, but also in the eyes of man." This describes the heart with which EMS approaches the use of your donations.
Mission societies give us a great way to pursue the equality described in 2 Corinthians 8. EMS is overseen by a board of directors comprising representatives from donor churches and from the churches we support. The board meets 4 times a year, often virtually, to discuss strategy, measure progress toward our goals, and make decisions about how to allocate funds. There's a strong and ever-growing partnership between our US and European churches with high amounts of trust, transparency, and collaboration.
So where does your money go when you give to EMS? For every dollar you give to EMS, about 85% goes directly to programs. This includes meeting staffing needs, building training programs, funding church plantings, and more. The remaining 15% goes towards administrative costs, like operating expenses, legal fees, audit fees, human resources, and communications. These costs are necessary for doing things properly. And our program to overhead ratio is considered excellent, tracking with some of the most efficient charities in the world. For more details on how funds are allocated, you can visit our website, euromissions.org.
The money you give is making a huge difference in countless lives. God is doing great things through your sacrifice all over Europe.
In Ukraine, heroic evangelists and elders who had the opportunity to leave the country at the start of the war have instead committed to shepherding the flock in the midst of the war zone. At a time when growing poverty is making it difficult to support ministers, our support helps to keep them going. And their vision is not just to survive the war, but to thrive.
80 aspiring ministers are now training for service to Jesus Christ through the Ukraine School of Ministry.
A rehabilitation center started by the Kyiv Church has helped more than 400 men tackle addictions caused by the trauma of war, and over 30 have been baptized by this effort.
Youth camps continue to give kids and counselors a slice of heaven. Despite the horrors of war, EMS funds help churches send their kids to camp.
In Western Europe, we've planted churches in cities like Frankfurt, Germany, and Bordeaux, France.
Several of our Western European churches are already self-supporting. Those who still receive EMS funding are intentionally weaning off mission support so that those resources can be directed towards planting churches in many major European cities where we currently don't have a fellowship.
Graduates from the European School of Missions are serving on staff in 3 churches. Other young Europeans have been equipped through ESOM and await opportunities to serve on staff as the funds become available.
This year, teams of faithful missionaries are being sent to 5 Eastern Europe churches throughout Revive EE. This program has breathed new life and fresh faith into our Eastern European churches. Since the beginning of 2023, our membership in Eastern Europe has grown by almost 30%, largely as a result of this initiative.
And the impact of Revive goes far beyond Eastern Europe. Since its inception, Revive EE has trained 26 ministers, many of whom are now leading in US churches, and the program is becoming a blueprint for the revival of smaller, stuck churches throughout the US and abroad.
We are so excited to be joining the work there and building the kingdom in Zagreb, Croatia. Thank you so much for making our dream possible of serving as missionaries in Europe.
This incredible work does not happen without your support and sacrifice. On behalf of the entire EMS team and the souls impacted by your faithfulness, I want to say thank you for your continued trust and your outstanding generosity.